thank you so much for joining me again today on the mat. We're going to do a gentle core engaging routine. Bean just hit the tripod, so sorry. Sorry if it got a little shaky. I'm not too sure how long it's going to last because my toddler decided no one in my household was going to sleep last night. So we're just gonna go slow. We're just gonna focus on connecting to our breath through the movements. This is not one of the short, intense ones. This is just about connecting. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna come down onto our backs. We're gonna grab our knees. We're just gonna start with some femur circles. Try to keep your pelvis and lower back on the mat and just draw some circles with your femur. Pretend your hip socket is a bowl of brownie batter and your femur is the spatula. You're trying to scrape all the batter off of the sides. And of course, it wouldn't be Upchurch Pilates if there wasn't a cat eating in the background. Again, I was just doing stuff on the mat for like 30 minutes before this and he didn't eat at all, and now he is. Go ahead and switch the circles if you haven't already. And go ahead and bring your left leg down, or your left foot, excuse me, down to the mat, and we're gonna point our right foot up towards the ceiling. We're gonna do some leg circles. You can have your arms out to the side. You can have a bend in your leg. Again, we just want to make the circle as full as possible. Imagine that your thigh is almost grazing the mat. Really connect with your breath through this. Go ahead and reverse the circle. Just being really gentle, take some slight core engagement. Some nice thigh activation. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Notice if it feels different than the other side. Maybe it feels the same. Just keep breathing. Remember, imagine that bottom of your thigh is grazing the mat. It doesn't really have to touch, but go ahead and reverse that circle. All right, let's bring our legs into a tabletop position. So remember, we can see the tips of our toes. I want you to imagine that your knees and your ankles are glued together. So you can't really, there's no room to slide your legs. They're just one piece here. Now I want you to also imagine that your shoulder blades are glued to the mat. So you're slowly going to drop your legs to one side. Your hip will raise and go as far as you can while maintaining contact with the mat with those shoulders. So if your shoulder blade starts to raise, you've gone too far. Don't lower as much. Or if you notice your knees start to slide, and you can go from side to side. Connect with your breath. Maybe it helps to inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Maybe you can try and switch, so maybe you can exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. As always, play around with your breath. Just again, making sure that our shoulders are nice and firm on the mat. We're just getting some nice spine rotation here. One more each side. Ah, here he comes. Hi, Beanie. All right. We're now going to curl our head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat. And you can just start to take your fingers and toes up towards the sky and down, up and down, hi cat, up and down. If you want more of a challenge, you can extend. So again, whatever feels most comfortable to you. Maybe you're able to do this, but today you just are craving just some gentle movements. Two more, excuse me, cat. Last one. All right, let's bring our feet down to the mat. Hey, cat. We're gonna do some chest lifts. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your head. You should see your elbows in your peripheral vision. We're going to roll our head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Hold it here and unwind. Nice and slow. Inhale down, exhale up. Two more. Making sure we're not getting clamped up at the neck. We don't want to be a turtle. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Last one. Hold it. Grab the backs of our thighs. Deepen that curve. Hold this height. Return your hands and unwind. Grab, deepen, hold, and unwind. Three more. Deepen, unwind. One more. Deepen, hold it here, hold it, unwind. All right, we're gonna prepare for a roll up, but first we're gonna do an assisted roll up. So we're gonna start by bringing our feet up to tabletop. We're gonna grab the backs of our thighs. We're going to roll our head, neck, and shoulders up into that chest lift position. We're gonna let gravity bring our feet down, taking the rest of our body with us. Sit up nice and tall. And now just like with our pelvic clock, I want you to tip that pelvis towards 12 o'clock. Unwind your spine until your arms are as straight as possible. Let your feet raise and roll back. So we'll do that again. Roll your head, neck, and shoulders up. Let gravity take you. Sit up nice and tall. Tip that pelvis. Roll back. Let your feet raise. Bring your feet back up. Now, you are more than welcome to continue doing the assisted roll-up, but we're going to do a full roll-up. So extend your arms over your head. Your legs are nice and long. If you struggle to keep your legs down during this exercise, you can put a little towel underneath the small of your back and see if that tactile feedback helps. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, roll your head, neck, and shoulders up. Come up to a nice, tall, seated position, and then let's curve into a spine stretch. We stack that spine, tilt that pelvis, and unwind, melting down vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms overhead. Let's do that again. So exhale, curl your head, neck, shoulders up. Let's go right into a spine stretch. Sit up nice and tall. Tilt that pelvis and unwind. So as we raise and lower, we want to pretend each vertebrae is touching the mat. We're not hinging, we're not crunching. It's all in the spine. 2 more. Come up right into a spine stretch. Nice and tall. Tilt that pelvis and unwind. All right, last one, and if you want an extra challenge, you can interlace your hands behind your head, or you can put your palms on top of one another up towards the ceiling. Spine stretch. Come up, tilt that pelvis, and melt down. All right, let's bring our feet onto the mat for some pelvic clocks. Again, it helps to hold on to that pelvis just for some tactile feedback. Let's just start with that 12 and 6 motion. Remember, as we go down to 6, it pulls our upper body down with us. But the movement is happening at our pelvis. So you can remember, we imagine a bowl. Our pelvis is a bowl, and we are tipping and tilting the bowl, imagining a marble rolling from 12 to 6 o'clock. Let's go to 9 and 3. Enjoy the gentle, calming sounds of Cat chewing his very crunchy food. Thank you, Gambino. All right, let's make a nice circle. So we're going down to 6, 9, 12, and 3. Now let's switch. These are great also if you are ever having really bad cramps. These pelvic clocks are really, really helpful. Let's go one more time the other way. And let's start going to 12 and 6 o'clock again. Let's have our arms down by our side. And when we get to 12 o'clock, let's pause. Let's peel vertebrae by vertebrae, similar to the roll over, into a nice little shoulder bridge here. And then let's melt each segment, and then roll to 6 o'clock. Finish out that motion. It feels really nice. Back up to 12 o'clock. Let's do our 9 and 3 here. Noticing again how much more range of motion you have when you don't have the ground underneath you. Come back to center and melt down. Finish it out to 6 o'clock. Now let's come back up. Now let's really get onto our shoulders, not our neck. Make room so that we can place our hands under our pelvis. Our thumbs are facing one another. Going to point our toe up to the ceiling, flex down. Point, flex down. Point, flex. As you're flexing, really push out through that heel. We're only lowering just about an inch past our other knee. We want our spine to stay very quiet. We're just moving at that hip socket. All right, let's switch sides. Flex down. Keep breathing, check in on your neck. Push through that heel. Three more. Last one. All right, let's melt down. Nice job. Let's do some femur circles. All right, and let's come to the edge of our mat here. We're gonna do some open leg rockers. So let's just start similar to rolling like a ball. We're gonna balance on our sits bones. And just to kind of establish our balance, we're gonna grab our ankles or calves, whatever feels comfortable to you, and we're just gonna extend that right leg, extend our left leg. Just gonna do this for a little bit. My left leg is much tighter than my right. All right, one more each side. Now, similar to the rolling, we're going to inhale, roll back, exhale, come back up to sitting, nice and straight. Inhale, inhale, two more. Be careful not to roll on your neck. Last one. All right, great job. So that's a progression of the rolling like a ball that we've done in other routines. All right, so we're gonna end with a soft stretch. Not a very pleasant name. Go ahead and take your feet about the width of your mat. And then just like the spine twist, our arms are out into a T. Remember that our gaze is going to travel with us as we twist. And then we begin to bend forward like a spine stretch, pretending you're sawing off that pinky toe, which again is not a pleasant visual. Let's do the other side. And as you get lower, can you deepen that rotation? All right, one more each side. All right, and that completes today's routine. Thank you so much for joining me here. If you haven't already, please follow the Upchurch Pilates Instagram page. That's where I post all updates regarding future schedules. They have some really exciting, fun things planned that will still continue to be free. I also like to take polls and get feedback so that you guys can get more of the content that you would like to see in the routines. So again, thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the mat.